Hello everyone, my name is Jimmy and welcome back to The Last Lap. Today we're going to be previewing everything for NASCAR this weekend that you guys need to know, whether it's news, predictions, everything you guys need to know about the sport of NASCAR. So before we hop into it, I just want to remind you guys to hit that subscribe button. It really does go a long way, helps the channel grow, helps us reach new people. And you can also check us out on Instagram at The Last Lap News. We try to post some content on there throughout the week as well as like highlights, any breaking news, anything else you guys need to know that we don't cover in this video that comes in between videos. So as always, I have my friend and co-host Matthew on the show. And how are you doing today heading into this weekend of NASCAR at Pocono?
It's Pocono, so don't expect too really exciting racing, but it's cool to have a Cup Series having two races on the same weekend, so that's definitely be interesting to watch.
Yeah, that hasn't happened. It happened last year because of COVID, but there was no like official scheduled back-to-back races on a weekend before until this year. So that'll be interesting for sure to see how they do this weekend at Pocono. We're gonna hop into some news really quick. The first piece of news that we have for you guys today is that Jeff Gordon announced that he was leaving Fox Sports and heading to Hendrick Motorsports for that really big role in the company. I know it was a rumor in the last video we talked about, but it is official that Jeff Gordon will be the vice chairman at Hendrick Motorsports, which is the second position, the second highest position, which is right under Rick Hendrick. So that's a really big role for Jeff Gordon, and I'm sure that's been in the works for quite some time. I know he became a minority or majority owner or something back in 1999. He owns the 48 car. He requested that Jimmy Johnson was in that car, and we could all see how that turned out. So I think it's a really good move for Jeff Gordon to move over there to Hendrick Motorsports. It'll be interesting to see what he can do there for them. Chad Knaus is already over there, and just look at the amount of success they've had this year so far. I wouldn't put all of that on Chad Knaus, but I'm sure Chad Knaus has a little bit of reasoning behind why Hendrick Motorsports is doing well this season, and you add Jeff Gordon into that mix as well, and I think Hendrick Motorsports is looking pretty good right now. And he's not an owner, like he's not the main owner of the team, but he's right under Rick Hendrick, so if something happens, he would take over that role, and he's 49, I believe. He'll turn 50 this year, I'm pretty sure. So he's fairly young to be that involved in a company like that, only the second person in command. So I think Hendrick Motorsports is set with their youth movement. I wouldn't call Jeff Gordon young at all, but in the role he's in, I would consider that kind of young. But Matthew, what do you have to say about the whole Jeff Gordon announcement moving to Hendrick Motorsports for next season in this very big role?
Well, it doesn't surprise me at all that this happened. We all know how close he is with Rick Hendrick. We all know how he's been involved in that organization for a long time. So this doesn't surprise me one bit. As for the Fox part, I mean, he's had some moments, but like I said, I thought he was just kind of average on the booth, in my opinion. I mean, so I think either Larry McReynolds is going to come back to the booth, or Jamie McMurray will take that spot. So those are my two people that they probably consider to fill in that slot. I mean, there's also David Reagan too. I think he'll be nice too. But those are my three options for that second spot on the booth.
Yeah, we'll see what Fox decides to do, who they'll put in there. They have plenty of time since they don't start broadcasting again until February. So they have plenty of time to find somebody in there. I wish I could apply for that position. I would love to be a lap-by-lap announcer, but maybe someday. Maybe someday I could get there, but yeah, that's going to wrap up that part of news. And another piece of news that was announced this week is that NASCAR actually won the Sports League of the Year award for 2021, which applies for sports business. So I thought that was really cool that NASCAR actually ended up winning that award. They beat companies like the NBA, the NFL, all these really big sports organizations in the United States, and NASCAR ended up winning that award. So I think that's really good for a really good look for NASCAR, especially because of how well they performed in 2020 due to other companies. I know the NBA and NFL had set like really big decreases in viewership, and NASCAR kind of stayed the same. They didn't really go up or down that much. So I think those are some great things for NASCAR moving forward. A great look for them. Matthew, what do you have to say about NASCAR winning this award?
Well, it's definitely huge. I mean, we've seen over the past year how sports ratings have dropped significantly. Um, and NASCAR actually has been one of the few that has steady on their viewership during that time. So they didn't really lose a lot of viewers, or, you know, compared to like NBA or NFL. Now, NBA mainly is because, all these they handle it so terribly this season with the shortened season. That's caused all these all-star players to get injured. So it's like, they really messed up there. And of course, well, I mean there's other reasons, but everybody has an opinion about those opinions. I'm not going to go to that route, but it's nice to see NASCAR win this award.
All right, so now we're going to hop into our picks for this week at Pocono. So just to run down the schedule for you guys, Saturday is going to be the truck race, and then the first cup race will be after that. And then on Sunday, it'll be the Xfinity race first, and then the second cup race will be after the Xfinity race. So we're going to do picks for all 4 races, which is going to be crazy. How about you get your truck pick first, I get my Xfinity pick first, and you get a cup pick first, and I get a cup pick first. So that way we're kind of even heading into this week. So
all right.
I should have.
Nope, too late.
I should take the truck pick, but
too late.
I'll go ahead and let you. I'll let you take the truck pick. So go ahead.
Well, I think there's no thinking on this one. I mean, we all know who's racing this weekend again. Of course, the 51 truck and Kyle Busch. He's going back at Pocono this week in the Truck Series. And we all know what he does when he's in the lower series this year, especially. So I gotta pick him, of course.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. But for my truck pick, obviously I'm going to pick his teammate, John Hunter Nemechek. This could be my truck pick. Easily the best points paying truck in the field every week, so I gotta pick John Hunter Nemechek for that. And I guess I'll go ahead and pick my Xfinity pick as well. So I'm gonna go Justin Allgaier. I feel like he's been probably the best points paying Xfinity Series car the past few weeks. We've seen what he's done at Texas and Nashville. So I feel like John Hunter Nemechek is a pretty solid pick for this week at Pocono. So who's gonna be your Xfinity pick for this weekend? I already know, but go ahead. Do your Xfinity pick.
Well,
you do know who's racing in Xfinity this weekend, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Just making sure.
But I'm not gonna pick him. I'm gonna be picking AJ Allmendinger because this certain track kind of fits a little bit in the road course style. Like, what I mean is, like, when they go down in these 3 turns, they downshift. So, and you know how Allmendinger is, with shifting on the road courses. So I feel like it's going to come into favor with him. So I got AJ Allmendinger this race.
Okay, that's a solid Xfinity pick. Not who I expected you to pick, but that's a very solid
pick. If I pick Ty Gibbs
so
every week, it's going to get old. So
Fair enough. So we're going to go into the Cup Series now. And also regarding the Cup Series race, after the Saturday race, they're going to invert the field. Positions 1 through 20 will be flipped.
Oh,
and then positions 21 through the rest of the field.
Not this inverting thing again.
That'll determine the starting lineup for Sunday. And I feel like I'm going to say this right now. People might hate me for it, but I think that's what they should have done in the All-Star race instead of that dumb wheel spinning thing. They should have just inverted like positions 1 through 10 and then like 11 through 20. That's all I'm going to throw that out there, but that's all I'm saying. But
they shouldn't have done inverting in the first place.
That's my quote, and I'm sticking to it. So you can love me or hate it for it, but I'm gonna go ahead and do my picks for the Saturday race, which is the first Cup race. And my first pick has to be Kyle Larson, just because of the role he's been on. It doesn't matter what kind of track. Doesn't matter what kind of track he's been to. You gotta pick him. Like, he won at a road course. He won in Nashville. He's won everywhere. So gotta stick with Kyle Larson. He's gonna be my first pick. Second pick is going to be Kyle Busch, because he's been pretty good with this 550 horsepower package. As much as we hate it, Kyle Busch has been pretty good with it. He does have that win at Kansas with this package, even though it's Pocono, which is a different track, but Kyle Busch has won at Pocono a few times, so he's going to be my second pick. And my third pick is going to be his teammate, Martin Truex Jr., because he's also been pretty good at these 550 horsepower tracks, but not really in the past few weeks. Martin Truex performed really bad at the Coke 600, didn't really do much in the All-Star race, but Pocono, I think he's won there once, maybe twice at Pocono, so Martin Truex Jr. will be my third pick. Matthew, you can go ahead and pick your second picks for the Saturday race and your first picks for the Sunday race. So go ahead.
All right, my picks for the Saturday race. Let's see. My first pick's going to be William Byron, because, Hendrick is strong as a whole. And, it's just hard not to pick Hendrick drivers right now. And Byron has arguably been the most consistent driver, well, besides Larson. So I have Byron's my first pick. My second pick is going to be Alex Bowman. We've seen him. I mean, he has 2 wins, but he's still arguably the 4th best of the 4 Hendrick drivers at times, because there's times that he runs good and sometimes he just runs meh. But I feel like this track's gonna be a good opportunity for him. So I got Alex Bowman, and then my third pick is going to be Denny Hamlin, because he won there last year, and this has been a significant track for him, as he's won his first 2 wins at this track in this rookie season. So I got Denny Hamlin there. Now for my picks for the second Pocono race, I'm gonna go with Kyle Busch as my first pick. While they don't have practice or qualifying, but I'm going to consider the first Pocono race a long practice session for him. And I think that's going to come in big handy for him than the second race with that experience. So I got him as my first pick. My second pick, of course, is going to be Kyle Larson for obvious reasons. I don't think we have to discuss any further why this year. And then my third pick is going to be Chase Elliott, because we see him and William Byron be like the second guy that's behind Larson, that's race to race, and I think Chase Elliott's going to be one of those guys again, so he's going to be my third pick.
I think it was Harvick. Harvick won last year. I don't know did they do 2 Pocono races or just 1?
They did 2 Pocono races. Harvick won one of them, and then Hamlin won the second one.
Okay. All right. So for my picks for the second race on Sunday, I'm gonna start off with the guy I just said. I'm gonna start off with Kevin Harvick. I think this could be a good week where he comes out and excels and finally gets back on track. He ran really good last week in Nashville, finished 5th there, and I think one of his Stewart-Haas teammates finished in the top 5 as well. Almirola finished 4th, I think. I don't know. I know Stewart-Haas is slowly getting their program back on track, so I think Kevin Harvick could get a win, so he's going to be my first pick. My second pick is going to be, I'll do Denny Hamlin as my second pick. He's won at Pocono a few times as well. Actually, a lot. He's won at Pocono a lot, so Denny Hamlin will be my second pick, and then for my third pick, I'll go. I'll kind of throw a long shot out there, kind of. I'll go Ryan Blaney. He won there back in 2017. Yeah, 2017 with the Wood Brothers car, so Ryan Blaney's been good on the 550 horsepower tracks as well. He got the win in Atlanta, so Ryan Blaney will be my third pick. That was a lot to think of. I only thought we were going to do one set of cup picks, but before the show, Matthew was like, oh, let's do both races. So I was like, oh, great. So I think he just wanted to do it because it's more opportunity for you to get more points. I think that's why you suggested that.
And I think you want to do one pick because it was your opportunity to get for you to keep your points.
Yeah, probably. But that's a lot of picks, and hopefully we get at least one right for the Cup Series, because that would be sad if we had 12 picks and didn't get one right. But yeah, we'll see. Like I said, it'll be interesting this weekend at Pocono with the doubleheader, back-to-back races. They haven't done that since last year, and I don't know if they did back-to-back days ever last year. I know they did like 2 in a week, or 2 or 3 in a week, but I don't know if they did like Saturday and Sunday. But it'll be interesting for sure what will happen this weekend. So Matthew, do you have any closing thoughts before we wrap it up?
Well, I just hope Pocono's good, but I highly doubt it, because let's just be honest. It's just only going to be your long green flag runs and green flag pit stops and your occasional fuel strategy, but I highly doubt that, because ever since the stages happened, we don't get these fuel mileage races often. So, yeah, hopefully it's good, but I highly doubt it.
Yeah, there's only a few more races with this 550 horsepower package, thankfully. So hopefully we can get through these races and get some really good racing going on with that 750 low downforce package. So also they added the PJ1 again to the upper groove in the corners, so that's not going to be good as well. Drivers are just going to be up in that the whole race, so that's going to stink. But hopefully we can get something out of these 2 races, and hopefully just a good race. Like, I'm not asking for much. Like, just give me a good race and we'll be good to go. But that's going to wrap it up for this video. Our review video for Pocono will be out later next week. But until then, we will see you guys in the next video.